Hey, yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. First things first, I have to go and let you know that the making of this video has taken place within the last 2 weeks, and when I started it, you're gonna notice I am wearing the biggest jacket I own because it was like 10 degrees outside, and now it is a smooth 60. So this video is gonna be all over the place, but it is based around my 2011 C6 ZR1. You obviously know the discussion lately here on the channel has been based around a Gen 2 Shelby GT350, which I am in a complete bind, guys. I can't even lie to you. I really do wish it was as easy as just making so much freaking money to where I can keep literally everything I've ever purchased. Most certainly would have kept the 04 Cobra, hands down. I miss that car a lot. Would definitely keep the C6 ZR1, even if that means I have to invest money and make that second garage into an actual garage, get a stacked lift, and put it away, because I would love to do that. And let's face it, I would have most certainly kept the Mach 1 for sure. Ultimately, though, we know life does not work like that, and I have just been in such a bind recently because, you know, springtime is right around the corner. When winter hits, I get the winter blues. I try figuring out what I need to do the best thing, the next greatest thing for myself and the channel. And the solution I came up with at the time was getting rid of the C6 ZR1 to pursue the Shelby GT350 within the next couple of months. And to many, that might sound insane, which it is. It's pretty insane if you think about it. An extremely hard and rare car to get your hands on and to own because it's so old, they're so sought after, they're freaking expensive. To go and get rid of this special car to obtain a GT350, which no shade thrown, but they are a dime a dozen. They're literally everywhere from 2016 to 2020. Like, they're everywhere. And now you probably have many of questions because my mindset is kind of all over the place, and the title and thumbnail of this video is taking this freaking car to CarMax because I found a beautiful 2020 Shelby GT350 that CarMax has. The GT350 that we stumbled across in Fayetteville, North Carolina at their CarMax is a 2020 Grabber Lime fully optioned GT350. It's like 15,000 miles for 63, which is an extremely good price considering the build, the spec. The color's pretty rare because I think it only came on 2020, so that's, you know, that's my MO. Cool colors, and Bluetooth valve out there, cool colors. Now, I had the brilliant idea to hop into the C6 ZR1 and take it to our local CarMax, because if they were to offer me a pretty penny for this vehicle, which we have to talk about because when I went and financed this vehicle, my bank could not find it anywhere. They actually had to send it up to the next person in line. They had to do their research, yada, yada, yada. But come to find out, when I got my paperwork and stuff, my bank valued this car at $73,500. If you know these cars, then you know they are worth every bit of that. Besides mine. My ZR1, on the other hand, has never been a garage queen. Shout out to Kevin, the first owner of the vehicle. You guys probably know that whole story. That man put 57,000 miles on this vehicle from the day he bought it back in 2011 till last year. That's when I purchased it, and I have put 2,500 miles on it. There's a select group of people that, you know, no shade thrown, but I just can't really get behind, and I can't stand or support. It's those that buy a car like the C6 ZR1 or any specialty vehicle that is, you know, it's worth money because of what it is, but you don't use it. You probably start the car and let it idle to circulate the oil and stuff. The car ends up sitting in the garage 364 days out of the year because they're just so worried about putting miles on a freaking vehicle. Well, here's a news flash for you guys that are out there doing that. So, there's this thing called life, and, hate to say it, man, but you're not gonna live forever. I obviously had to go to the bank and review the whole loan thing and whatnot, but on there I saw that they valued it at $73,500 with 57,000 miles on the clock, and that's a little high. But my thought process behind this video is, if my bank, the people that lended me the $40,000, found a value on this at $73,500, I wonder what CarMax would value it at. Definitely not as much, but I figured it'd be worth a try. If CarMax offers me what I'm looking for this car to let it go, because again, this car is special to me, man. This is a freaking dream Corvette of mine. The color, everything down to a ZR1. But at the end of the day, I know for a fact I am a Ford guy. I just prefer Fords over Chevys. This one's definitely an exception, and I know we have the C7 Stingray out there. That's the wife's car. I literally have nothing to do with that, and there's been multiple times where I've told her, let's sell this and get you a 10-speed Mach 1. Like, there was that green one that was for sale recently, but she wants nothing to do with that. She likes her flashy Corvette. So the ZR1 is most certainly an exception, but I am a Ford guy, and if I were to get the figure that I would technically want for this car, then, you know, a Grabber Lime fully optioned 2020 350. Not going to be depressed about that one bit. So I figured it'd be worth a shot to take it to CarMax today. And before any of you comment it, I'm gonna beat you to the punch. Why on earth am I taking it to CarMax out of all places? And that's a really good question, but I will tell you, before Tyler purchased his Mach 1, he obviously had the Scat Pack. There was one place that offered him a ridiculous amount of money for just a Scat Pack, and that was CarMax. So that's why we chose CarMax today and to bring the ZR1 there. Before we do though, if you do me the biggest favor ever, if you're watching this, please drop a like up on this video. That's all I'm asking, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I want you also to take a quick second and comment down below your guess as to what CarMax is gonna offer me for my 2011 C6 ZR1. I guess this is where we go back to the cold weather. What up, foo? Not much, about to go get rinsed by CarMax. She's getting traded in today.
Oh, you're trading it?
Oh, she's gone today.
Oh, so you're like getting something to replace it, right?
Probably like a Honda Fit, probably a manual Accord. I mean, maybe we do go full EV.
Dude, just get a Tesla.
You know?
Just get a Tesla.
All kidding aside though, what do you think they're gonna offer?
I think they hit you between 70. I'm gonna go 77.
No shot.
I'm gonna go 77.
77?
Yeah.
Hey, no, dude, if it's 77, I'm walking back.
You wanna get rid of that?
Brother, I only got 6,500 RPM on this Chevy piece of shit. 9K on the 350,
I'm leaving.
All right, before I sell it today, you gotta drive it.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, you gotta drive it.
Right as the cop pulls up?
They're offering me 85K for it. I mean, you gotta drive it before we have to walk home.
85.
You know? Could you imagine? Oh, sorry, sir. The most we could do is 80,000. Sorry about that.
Gone.
Be like, God, are you kidding me? I'll think about it. Print it out and sign it.
I'll think about it.
Crash it, you buy it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. Nice and smooth.
Ben also thinks they're going to drive the car today,
well,
which they're not.
They typically do.
No one's driving this car but me.
Well.
Can I park in between those?
Nah, I don't think so. That's a drive.
Hey, do you want to move one of those for me?
No, you can't park there.
Why?
That's for their deliveries.
So we're gonna have to go on phone cam because we can't walk around with this big ass behemoth. Did have a viral video here. Matter of fact, 2. We're gonna try to get in here and figure this out. Let's get it. Grab the keys. He said, yeah, you're totally fine to hang out.
Trying to drive the C6, man?
Ben also thinks they're gonna drive the car today,
well,
which they're not.
Oh, this is a very expensive C6.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The 350 in Fayetteville at a CarMax that I'm pretty interested in, so.
Do I have like a client list? Car photographer,
Okay.
like potential clients? Your name is definitely on that list. I've seen you pop up before.
Sick.
Is it gray interior?
Yeah, they're gray and black for the Recaros and stuff. Well, there we have it, guys. We got a whopping offer of $54,000, and I'm wondering if that's because, like, they told us straight up that a car like this they can't put on the lot. They have to send it to wholesale auction. 54 from CarMax. I mean, I knew I wasn't gonna go in there and get something insane, but I figured what my bank valued it at, what if CarMax valued it to something similar? I mean, that'd be a long shot, but nonetheless, 54 from CarMax. I don't think the trade's gonna happen. Matter of fact, I know it's not gonna happen because I paid more. We tried, Ben.
Yeah.
Should we go to Vroom now?
Yeah, why not?
Carvana? I really want to know what they, I want to know how they got that offer, because it took them a really long time to like figure it out. Anyway, we're gonna head back to the house, and looks like she's gone. 54,000, guys. So if anybody wants to bring me 54.5, take an L on that one. All right, guys, we are back at the HQ with the C6 ZR1. I just enjoyed my $54,000 drive back home. You want to buy it? 54. Actually, I'll give you a discount. $53.99.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you want to buy it?
For that, yeah.
Definitely not going to pursue that avenue, but I can't be too mad at that offer. I totally get it where they're coming from. It's CarMax and they got to send it to an auction, so that it would be a gamble for them for sure. And the fact that these don't get a warranty if they were to resell them, so that's exactly why I'd go back to the auction. But now that I know that avenue is fully closed off, you know, when I feel ready to move on, I'm like partially ready, but I'm not at the same time because I thoroughly enjoy this car. And it's just one of those dream cars, man. I really want a 350, but at the same time, I think I gotta rock the Vet a little bit. I don't know, man. It's so hard to decide because I just want so many different cars, and I've had a bad habit within the last couple of years to just send it, get this car, get that car, which I don't really regret. It's fun experiencing new things, but I just know. Once the ZR1 goes, I'll never, more than likely, never, ever have one again. And that's the harsh reality behind it. Like, if Lucifer were to go, I'll never have Lucifer again, but an S197, that's easy to do. Same with the Mach 1. If I want a Mach 1, I know I can't have Maverick, but I can easily get one. And a 350. Hate to say it, but 350s are a dime a dozen. This car right here, though, something truly special. So, hopefully my Mustang guys, I can convince you one day. Ooh, boys. We got a cold one, boys. We got a cold one. Where is springtime, dude? It's got to be 10 degrees in this garage right now. It is freaking insane. But we got an awesome package here behind me. The C6 ZR1 literally has it all. I mean, the body lines of the C6 is arguably one of the best Corvette designs to ever be produced. Look at the body lines on the C6, it's as good as it gets. And with this being the ZR1, we definitely have a little bit better of a situation going on here because not only do we get the C6 body, but we get that beautiful LS9 with the factory blower. And I mean, this thing just takes care of business on the outside of things, like no doubt. But there are a couple things that it is lacking, and it does indeed have the good old Chevy Cobalt steering wheel. And the interior is kind of, I mean, it's comfortable, but it's not really up to date. And that's what's inside this box right here. Thanks to our good friends over at C2 Customs. They came in clutch, and we're about to spice up the C6 ZR1 interior today. What's inside this box is going to make our driving experience so much better because it's just going to give it that extra feel that is desperately needing. So let's crack open the box, see what we're working with. And boys, I am so freaking stoked to get this in the car today. Again, huge shout out to C2 Customs, guys. You're going to be able to find all their contact information and website in the link in the description. If you have a Mustang, a Corvette, literally any type of car, and you're looking for an aftermarket wheel, carbon fiber, if you're looking for dash kits, anything like that, hit up C2 Customs. He absolutely has this game on lock right now, so go to him, tell him I sent you, and he'll even work you out a little deal. We gotta open this bad boy though, and I already took a peek, like I absolutely had to, and I've actually had this now for about a week and a half. I just haven't had the time to install it, and I think considering that today's the perfect day. Let's crack this bad boy open though and show you what the C6 ZR1 is getting today. This is such a missing piece from this car, and I mean, look at that though. And we also have a little something else in this baggie as well. As far as the product from C2 Customs, I mean, just here we go, guys. We're just gonna do this in one shot. This thing is nasty. I mean, look at the carbon fiber, the yellow stripe, the flat bottom, the Alcantara with that aggressive, oh my God, dude, I'm not gonna wanna sell this car ever. But gee golly, she's a beaut, Clark. She is a freaking beaut. And I also have another modification going down that's gonna be side by side with the steering wheel. You could probably already guess. Yes, it is indeed an aftermarket shift knob because the stock one actually isn't that bad, but this one is more of the vibe I wanna go with. So we got two things going in today to really spice up the C6 ZR1. With the C6 Corvettes, you do have to buy a very specific type of shift knob, and I got this one from American Muscle. They sell them for vets. You can't really use a universal twist-on knob because you can probably tell there are no threads. Instead of the threads, it does have a locking screw that locks onto the shifter, so we have to tear that one apart. This one's gonna slide onto the shaft, no diddy, and then the screw is gonna go in there, lock it into place, and then boom, we got a got a nice little shift knob there. I don't know if you guys noticed, but whenever I go to second to third, I always use my palm. I know a lot of people like to hold a shift knob like this and go into third, but me, I like to use my palm into third and then pull back into fourth and stuff. So I don't know, I just like this feel of the shifter, and I think it's gonna really go hand in hand and complement the steering wheel and just give it a completely different feel. This is gonna be such a freaking sick setup. So I'm excited, and we're gonna install it today. And I could confirm, guys, we got power today. So if you happen to miss Monday's video, it was a complete disaster trying to get inside of this car because it was dead. But let's take a look at the factory interior really quick and just show you what you're getting. Oh my Lanta, bruh, I am frozen. This is all leather, and it's like as hard as a rock right now. And I'm far from that. Matter of fact, I'm actually negative rock, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so anyway, this is the good old Cobalt steering wheel right here. Very circular, very round, very early 2000s. As I mentioned as well, the stock shift knob, which is, it's actually a pretty clean design one. And I like how it feels. I can get away with this one. And I mean, I don't hold it like this. Like I said, I don't mind this shift knob, but I just want to change it up just for the hell of it, to give it a completely different feel. Anyway, I'm going to keep this door popped, and actually I need to click the button. Hi-ya! We're going to pull the battery. That's very, very important. Do not work on a steering wheel. Do not work on anything airbag related without cutting the power to the vehicle. Well, it seems like my longer extensions have disappeared. Kind of like the Mustang steering wheels, this one's going to be pretty similar. You have two access holes on each side of the steering wheel. You're going to put an Allen key essentially into that hole, and it should pop the airbag. And once the airbag comes out, you're gonna have two clips, unclip the airbag, and then you're gonna have access to the steering wheel bolt. If I were to guess, it'd be like this size. All right, there's one side. So you take your Allen key, and you're gonna kind of have that of an angle, like going towards you. It's kind of in the back there. I know it's kind of hard to show on camera, but that's why I'm trying to explain it. Oh, I feel like that's it. Yeah, it is it. Cool, got it. That should give us access to two clips here. I'm gonna grab some needle nose just to pinch those, because I cannot feel my hands at all, boys. Like, they are gone. I'm really gonna have to use these big ass pterodactyl things. Don't know where my needle nose are either. Probably Brandon stealing all my tools, honestly. I could see him doing that. Okay, there we go. And now I think there's those two push pins. Bang, bang, boom, there's pink, and there's the white. Okay, cool. Airbag, we can now set off to the side, and we obviously have the main nut there, and that looks like probably a 20. I'm gonna use this little breaker bar thing, 1/2 inch, bang, bang, and now we're gonna give her some leverage, hold the wheel at the same time, and try to crank her loose there, Billy. So here we go. Oh, and make sure your steering wheel's straight too before you pull this off. Okay. Oh, did I get it? Wow, that was very easy. I don't know if I liked how easy that was. Now that you got it started, I think it's safe to say that you can go ahead and just use an impact to carefully take it off the rest of the way. Now this, you want to be very careful. You might have to start wedging it, but whatever you do, be prepared, because you can rip the clock spring out, and you do not want that to happen. So I'm gonna shimmy it. Oh, there we go, look at that. Nice and easy, surgical style. And we have this clip back here. We gotta feed those airbag. Boom, 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 almost there, almost there. Ah, let's go. And if you look at the steering shaft, there's that nice little groove right there at the very, very top. So that's how you can indicate where that needs to be. But as far as the steering wheel, that's exactly what we needed. And now, yeah, now I can grab the tools, the Torx bits that I need, and I'm gonna take my ass inside. I just tried to grab the steering wheel. Did you see that? Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I know we're gonna need some Torx bits. From my understanding, there's some on the back. Too big. Too big. This one's gonna be it, watch. Bingo, so we need that one. Some bigger, bingo. So boom, those are good, those are good. Those little guys right here, it's probably the same one as the back, I'd imagine. Okay, that one doesn't fit. It's a smaller one. Yes, it was. Okay, so I think it's just those 2 torque screwdrivers we need, and we're obviously gonna transfer all of the buttons, the skeleton, all of that over to the new wheel, the plastic, and reinstall it all. So really shouldn't be too bad. All right, Zeus, I need you to break down the factory steering wheel for us. Can you do that? If you can't do it, Dad's got to do it, all right? First things first, kind of just gonna go with the flow here and just start tackling it and see where it leads. But the silver ones in the back obviously have to come out. That's gonna hold your plastic to the main frame. We'll pull these button ones. Boom. Looking at those little red wires though, and that little black one down there, you do not want to ruin those. I think you'd have a bad day. I don't even use the buttons on the steering wheel anyway, but we don't need to ruin them. Okay, so our buttons are loose. Okay, so we can disconnect the button. Okay, so we're somehow gonna have to swap over the mechanisms to the carbon one. Now our plastic, I think, can slide off. Just wanna make sure it's not. Oh, okay, wait, we have these like felt things down here. Probably save that. The harness is just kind of like clipped to the back plastic. When you pull these 3, this whole bracket thing should just pull off as one piece. Oh my God, can I get this with a screwdriver? Jesus. Oh, and it actually looks like those red ground underneath the screw. So definitely gotta remember that. I do have to actually look and see how those buttons remove from the factory bezels though. That might be the trickiest part about all this potentially. I don't know. Let's pull that off. This all feeds in. Those wires went into this little channel. Boom, screw, screw, and screw. All right, now we can go and retighten this down. We can go and apply our back plastic and feed the harness back into the locking clips to keep it all nice and tidy. Just as I suspected, these were the hardest freaking thing. Anyway, we got it out. All right, let's see what we're working with. Oh, okay. So this went through there. Okay. Seems like horn would work. We obviously have to put the steering wheel nut back on. I am gonna dress this with a tiny dab of blue Loctite. There we go. Dude, so far that feels incredible. Oh my gosh. White, we'll obviously go to white. Boom. And then pink to pink. Boom. Feed the airbag back on. There we go. Steering wheel is installed, and oh my God, dude, this thing looks crazy. Oh my God, what a difference, bro. Oh yeah, now we're talking, dude. Now we're talking. Obviously we'll have to test everything, but horn seems like it'd work. Airbag secured. All the buttons are nice and flush, and boom, we have power. Horn works. Electronics, are they gonna work? Hell yeah. I've actually never dealt with a shifter this style before. It's an interesting design there, Chevy, I will say. Is there a freaking bolt? I'm quite confused. So I got it to this point where I got the boot up and I was looking and I could not find a freaking torque spit that every single form was talking about. And I just so happened to grab this like chrome thing and it fell down and I see the torque spit now. So let's give this a go. Okay, she's coming loose. They put blue Loctite on this thing. So that's off, and now, hey, there she goes, boys. She is pulled out, and the old shift knob we can now remove, and this can come off. Just to see how this sits, it should go only one way. Just like that. Ooh, I kind of like that. So now we have that. They put blue Loctite on from the factory. I'm gonna give her a little dab from home. Perfect. Same torque spit that was actually used on the steering wheel. Like a T20 something, 25 maybe, 26. All right, shift knob is installed. Ooh, and that looks good. I'm so stoked with that look. But now we gotta feed all of these things back in. But look at this interior now. This thing feels so sick. And I mean, it legit feels like a race car now. This steering wheel and this shifter, exactly what I wanted it to be. Oh my God, we gotta drive it, right? I feel like that's next on the list, so. Woo! Let's go. Let me clean this mess up and let this thing warm up. Hell yeah. I don't know if there's any windows down type of driving today, boys. Typically I would. I don't know about today though. Whew, it is freaking, oh my God, that feels so good, dude. The wheel, this car feels so different right now. Bro, it feels so good. This is bad, bro. Oh. It's one of those days where you just, yeah! Oh my God, dude. This car is a beauty. A certified gem. God. The C2 Customs wheel was game changer, man. This car feels incredible. The shift knob is just the icing on the cake. Gives it like a legitimate race car feel. God, dude. Thank you so much for taking the time to tap in for another video. I should have another one going up Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you have bell notifications on, drop a like, and go check out Monday's video as well. The S650 has seriously transformed into something like from that base model to what it is now. It is so sick. So go watch that video as well. You could click the card that just popped up in that one of those corners. I completely cleaned the garage today. I scrubbed the floors. Both cars got a full detail, and just seeing this thing sit in my garage all cleaned up. I mean, 60-degree day. So it's definitely a battle to think about letting this thing go. So I think I'm just gonna slow roll it. I'm gonna play my cards, see what I can do. And if I could keep this thing forever, if I could pay the car off, then it's a wraps, boys. Because I wouldn't want to sell it. It wouldn't be that expensive to own. Anyway, got some figuring out to do. But anyway, guys, much love, man. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Oh my God, it's bright. Deuces.